Yo, welcome to another episode of Superkick Podcast. I'm your host, Ringside P. Um, Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment on this video, my other videos, my reels, my YouTube shorts, my what if stories. Hopefully, I get to do one of those this week. Check out the Superkick store. I got stuff available right now. I'm trying to do something different. Well, I wanted to try to do maybe 2 pods a week, one for Monday Night Raw, one for Smackdown, and because there's just so much stuff going on, and I wanted to try to be up to date with my shows and try to be more current with everything instead of being trying to, I feel like I'm a week behind every time I put something out, and I want to try to be up to date with everything and try to keep up with what's going on in WWE, be fresh with it, be new with things. I just want to try to, like I'm always saying, trying to make this thing great, different, fresh, um, entertaining as always. Always trying to look for ways to be entertaining, have great energy all the time. And like I said, I just appreciate you guys tuning in for everything that I do. Checking out my reels, like I say, commenting, interacting with me. Who's going to WrestleMania? I can't wait. We get it's right now. It's Tuesday when I'm recording this, so it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I get out there in Philly, and man, the thing's just about to kick off. So who's going to WrestleMania? Let me know. Yeah, man, let's get into the show. Let's get into Monday Night Raw, y'all. Let's go. So the final boss kicks off Monday Night Raw, and the only way that he knows how to do it, I feel like every week he's tweaking his entrance, and each week is better than the week previously, prior. Now it says in just The Rock, it says final boss. You got the Brahma Bull with the red eyes, the electricity. It just adding when they change the music, just adding more to it. Just it's just big production right here, and it's a feel like you get the chills watching The Rock come out. Even I feel like I get the chills at the crib, at home watching when he comes out. So I can only imagine, like I said, when I was at Chicago and he came out unexpectedly, the chills. Just seeing this dude that I've never seen in person before. So like I said, I was telling before, that's like one of my bucket list superstars that I have yet to see, and I got to see him and going to WrestleMania, and I'm gonna get to see him wrestle. So it's like, yo, I know the energy in Brooklyn had to been crazy for The Rock. He comes out, and then he does his thing, and then the tribal chief, he comes out, and the energy is still crazy. Like the fans are just loving The Rock, everything they saying, everything that he's doing. Of course they booed, for the beatdown he gave Cody Rhodes and turned him into gorilla biscuits. So right was not, I had him bleed. They booed about that, but for the most part, they rocking with The Rock. How can you not? It's people love this heel version of The Rock. And I'm happy that they're sticking with Hollywood Rock. They're going to this final form, the final boss version of The Rock. A totally kind of whole new incarnation of Hollywood heel Rock. So that's cool. Let's say Roman Reigns comes out, the tribal chief head of the table comes out, everyone puts their wands up in the air, and so we got that, and then Seth Rollins comes out and interrupts them and wants to challenge The Rock. He wants to challenge Roman Reigns. He wants one of those two guys at the end of the night for the main event of Monday Night Raw. Both of the guys says, nah, you ain't worth our time tonight. Solo. So Cole's going to step up, and you're going to face Solo tonight, but it's going to be bloodline rules. Seth Rollins like, all right, cool, bet, we got this. I figured it out, And so we know we're looking forward to Seth Rollins versus Solo Sikoa, who's already been like, and what is it, 30, 35 or whatever the case may be, 34, 35 since he beat John Cena. He smashed John Cena, and it's just been on this crazy losing streak after that, which is crazy. I don't know why or what was the purpose of having him smash John Cena like that, only for him to just not have won a match since then. Don't make any sense. But anyway, we know we're looking forward to that. So what I want to know is, how do you guys feel about the opening segment of Monday Night Raw with The Rock and Roman Reigns coming out? Because I feel like before, Roman wasn't advertised. It was just for the Rock, and then I think Roman felt like Roman was a last minute addition to the show. Not last minute, but maybe like a week or two. Then they say, "Oh, we got Roman Reigns too," which is, ain't we got Roman Reigns too, but we got Roman Reigns also. So what do you guys think about that? For those who attended the show, what was the energy like in Brooklyn? I bet it wasn't better than Chicago, but how was the energy like in Brooklyn? Let me know. Comment below. I also want to put out that Rock came out in a vest, and it was similar to a vest that he had back in the day when he's Hollywood Rock, and it's like he might have had to kill about 10 cows to put this vest on to make this vest, but it was still dope. Anything, whatever. But I wanted to point that out. That was crazy. But what I am liking now with this new Renaissance era, cinema era of WWE is how things are kind of like spilling over outside of the ring. We see examples of that with Drew McIntyre. Just using social media and just enhancing his story, expanding the story, adding layers to the story. The beef with him and CM Punk, and then you get Rhea Ripley doing a talk show, a TV show, and you get Becky Lynch on the phone, and she pops up, and they have an altercation and on the show. So I like how it's not just inside WWE in the ring, So now it's outside of everything else, and you're using all these different tools to, I say, always add layers to the story and add depth to the story, which is cool, And it keeps it, I just don't have to look forward to wrestling on Mondays or wrestling on Fridays or whenever, or NXT on Tuesdays or whatever, I can get some form of wrestling content any day of the week, any time of the day now, and that's dope to me. How do you guys feel about the way like storylines are spilling over outside of the ring? As a matter of fact, I think like Roman Reigns and The Rock on the Tonight Show. I think tonight. It is tonight, or was it Tuesday night or Wednesday night? I gotta look and see, because I think I want to check that out if I'm still up and not too tired and pass out. But yeah, man, how do you guys feel about the way WWE is using these different platforms to spread out wrestling content? I think it's dope. What do you guys think? So we got Damian Priest of the Judgment Day, seems to be picking up some steam. I felt like ever since I saw some excerpts from an interview or something that he did, and they was talking about the Money Bank contract and how he's never had like a face-to-face or one-on-one with Roman Reigns, so that's something new that he's looking to be interested in doing or whatnot. And even on WWE 2K24, the Money Bank contract is kind of aimed at the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. Maybe they're jumping some hints there, but it seems like he's gone from not getting, initially when he had the Money Bank contract, he was getting pushed, and you kept seeing him popping up, and he was teasing, and something would happen, and he wouldn't be able to cash in, or him and Drew McIntyre going back and forth, or whatever the case may be. And then it seemed like he kind of just fell off, and was having this thing with him and R-Truth and Judgment Day and Awesome Truth or whatnot, and then that kind of like died down in a sense, and then now it seems like the last couple of weeks, maybe because it's WrestleMania, coming up, they're trying to put some momentum back in behind Damian Priest, and he's still a variable in this whole bloodline story, because he has the Money in the Bank contract. You don't know what he's going to do with it. If he's going to cash in, is there still an option for him to cash in at WrestleMania, and maybe go after Seth Rollins or Drew McIntyre, or maybe the WWE Undisputed Championship between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, But I like that they're trying to do something with him and kind of make him seem like he's a dominant force. Maybe not so as dominant as everybody, but that he is someone that should be mentioned and kind of like feared in a sense, because he has the Money Bank contract. It felt like when he came in the 8-man tag, like he just dominated, and then the match was just over with the Razor's Edge, you know. And they solely focused on him, and I feel like they was making a direct effort to mention Damian Priest, and so I feel like he could be playing a role come night two. You know, I think it's night two. I think they it's so many different options and variables with night two between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. It's just hard to even. It's everything's unpredictable, and it is awesome and it's great, and it's a great feeling just to not know exactly what's going to happen. Like, I don't read the dirt sheets. I don't care about that. Like, I just want to be entertained, and right now I am entertained about what everything that WWE is doing, which is dope. You know, so what do you think is the future for Damian Priest in the Money in the Bank contract? Also, it looks like maybe that's a possibility that the Judgment Day might be splitting up. You know, I kind of had assumed come WrestleMania that they was kind of going to dissolve in some type of way. You got Ricochet, who's been punishing the Judgment Day, beating Dirty Dom, beating JD. You know, you got Finn Balor and Damian Priest, the tag team champions, and they in this six-pack ladder match at WrestleMania. And I was still believing that the Awesome Truth was going to win one title, and then a team for Smackdown was going to win the other titles. And that was going to kind of be it for the Judgment Day. You know, I still kind of feel like that it might be it. You know, it can be seen that Dominic is kind of aligned himself with Santos Escobar, and he has a match with him and Santos versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. And so this like Judgment Day isn't really doing Judgment Day things at WrestleMania. They all kind of separately going about their own way at WrestleMania. So that's interesting. Do you think it's time to split up the Judgment Day? What do you guys think? Let me know. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it seems like Sami Zayn is getting the Rocky Balboa treatment. You know, the underdog. He's going against Gunther, you know, for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. And he has Chad Gable as his Mickey, you know, building him up, training him, getting him ready, getting him mentally tough for Gunther, pushing him to the limit physically, mentally, you know. I don't know. I don't feel like, maybe it's just because the story for Sami Zayn and Gunther just isn't there. And maybe it really should have been Chad Gable. I strongly believe that Sami Zayn is going to win at WrestleMania, that he is destined for the Money Bank contract, which is just gonna open up more stories. Like I've said it before. Like, I feel like you go into Target, man. There's so many SKUs, so many opportunities, so many possibilities, and different paths this all can go, and that's cool, you know. But I don't think he's not being good at WrestleMania. Sami Zayn is gonna win a Money Bank contract, and that's gonna open up if he's gonna cash in on Drew, if he's gonna cash in on either Cody or Roman Reigns, you know, because I still think they got unfinished business, him and Roman, you know. So it would be cool to see him kind of teeter both sides, you know, and he can go either way with it. Because I don't think you're gonna have two people back to back cash in and lose. Like I said, I think Damon Priest cashes in, he's gonna lose, and so I can't imagine they're gonna have another guy try to cash in and lose. But then what would be the significance of the Money Bank contract, really? You know, then after that point. But what do you guys think? You know, he had a match with Bronson Reed, and look, he was close to winning, and then Gunther pulls out Chad Gable after he didn't beat him down. He's laid out on the floor. And then Sami Zayn comes out there to kind of help Chad Gable. And then Gunther beats him down. Now he's laid out on the floor. And then all this whole time I'm thinking like, yo, they haven't ring the bell? It's not a DQ? Usually this is the DQ at this point. But Gunther is pounding out Sami Zayn. It hit him in the head with the belt. Sami Zayn is still trying to show, like, he's trying to hulk up. Hey man, I don't know why he's hulking up, but he's trying to hulk up. and it's not working. But the ref still doesn't ring the bell, so I don't even know if Sammy won by the DQ or not, or they just threw it out completely, which isn't. This shouldn't happen, But whatever, that's what happened. But anyway, what do you guys think about Sami Zayn as Rocky Balboa for WrestleMania 40 in Philly? Let me know. So one thing I started to notice recently is I feel like WWE is starting to embrace rap culture and hip hop culture a little bit more. I feel like it started a couple weeks back with Jey Uso bringing out Travis Scott. Well, Travis Scott being at Monday Night Raw, and then the announcement of Meek Mill being at. So I feel like I've noticed that WWE is starting to embrace hip hop culture, rap culture a little bit more. I feel like I started to notice it when Travis Scott had popped up with Jey Uso and Monday Night Raw one night, and then after that it was the announcement of Meek Mill being at WrestleMania 40 because it's Philly. Well, that made sense because it's Philly, but it's still Meek Mill, and I don't know if he's a wrestling fan or a WWE fan. I don't know that, but I guess those two do align in some sense, right? And then on Monday, you got Lil Wayne talking about he's dropping a new song at WrestleMania, and so this whole time, which is, I think it's cool, that WWE is embracing hip hop, because I feel like hip hop has always been aligned with wrestling in some sense. You have people that love hip hop in wrestling. You can see it in the way that they carry themselves, from their style, from the things that they say, in wrestling or whatnot. The storylines, the characters, the way they perform in certain aspects come from hip hop, So, but as a whole, I never felt like WWE really did embrace. I always thought like WWE always looked at like country or like rock and roll, and those usually were always kind of the songs that was sponsored or whatever, the song for a certain PLE or whatever. But then you think about it, like you have like a hip hop s type of song when they do the music for WWE Shop. The intro for the Greatness song is rap, like kind of, rapping in it. Might not be classified as rap, but it's rapping in it, But I feel like for years I've always seen Westside Gunn ringside, and there's never been any mention of him or any like attention given to him. But the wrestlers know. I feel like I've seen Big E acknowledge him, give him knowledge a props on the ringside. Even I think Roman, and I know Westside is a big wrestling fan, because he's always at the show ringside. I sat maybe 2 rows behind him at Survivor Series. I feel like it's long overdue that WWE has started. Is if they are embracing hip hop, they should have been doing it. And I ain't gonna knock them from doing it now, but it should have been doing it, because hip hop has been rocking with wrestling forever, because I feel like it's a lot of the elements of wrestling that hip hop loves, like just bragging about different things, just style and flashiness at times, wanting it to be the best, and that's a lot of part of just MCing in a sense, So it's long overdue that WWE decided to embrace hip hop, and I'm happy for it. I hope it opens up other doors and avenues between the relationship between WWE and rap and hip hop culture. But how do you guys feel about it? Let me know. So I'm not going to get into my match of the week just yet, because I still want to watch Smackdown. But I will point out that Ricochet has been killing it. He's on fire. His match with Ivar is kind of nominated for my match of the week, but I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with Smackdown. But the last weeks with him and JD, him killing it in there, he always brings it, man. Like, I don't know much about what he was doing before WWE, because don't really have the time to really look into like indies and stuff like that and other promotions. Like I always just been legit like WWE fan. You know, I might dabble a little bit in AEW depending on what's going on, if I got time or whatnot. Man, my focus has always kind of been in WWE and WWF and growing up, and I mean a little bit of WCW back when the NWO was going on, but like I said, mainly WWE. So I know that it's some mention of him like Prince Puma or whatever. So I might try to, if I got some time to Google or look that up to see what that version of Ricochet is. But man, this dude, he is the human highlight reel, man. Like he just doesn't. I feel like maybe he just doesn't get the props that he deserves. And like I said, like last week, maybe because maybe in one area he might struggle with are like promos and microphone skills. But outside of that, this dude puts on a show every time he goes out there. He does something to leave you in awe. Ricochet is the man, and I'm happy that he's getting tick. He's getting TV time like that. So that's definitely dope, and I'm looking forward to see what else they got in store for Ricochet going forward. I don't think anyone should have a issue with that, but if you do, let me know. So I want to end the show talking about how the bloodline is reigning supreme over WWE. Like I mentioned earlier, Seth was supposed to have a bloodline rules match against Solo Sikoa. Came out, and it's the first time we've seen Seth on Monday Night Raw in like weeks since he had came out and said he was injured, hurt his knee. And he back, and he was looking good, Pretty much it was a no DQ match, no hold bars in a sense. They putting out chairs, they putting out tables, just going at it crazy. And I told you, John, like if Seth won, I know he got the stomp on him. No, he didn't win because Jimmy came out. Jimmy came out and kicked him in the face, and then Jay came out to stop Jimmy, to meet Jimmy face to face on the ramp, and then they battled it out, and then The Rock tosses Jay out, and then you see The Rock coming down, and then Seth Rollins gives him a grin like, we got you. And then Cody Rhodes music hits because they've been saying all night how Cody isn't medically cleared to be here, which is all right. Okay, you got us, but you didn't get me. So Cody Rhodes comes out, rocket shot like, what? I thought I made you bleed so you can be here. Cody Rhodes come out and he got Rock in the corner. He's beating him, stomping him out, and he gets into the announce table to get ready to give him a rock bottom. And sure enough, Roman Reigns, who had said he was gone for the night because he had to go write a speech, he isn't gone. He came out, and now it's The Rock and Roman. And they're beating down Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, and they take the Nightmare belt, and why doesn't Rock have a Mama Rose belt? Interesting. But he takes the belt and he's whooping Cody Rhodes, he's whooping Seth Rollins, he's whooping, if they were black, he'd be whooping the black off of them Monday night. And he tosses to Roman, and Roman starts whooping him, whooping them like they were the Jackson 5 and Roman Reigns was Joe Jackson, and he was making sure that they did the routine like it was supposed to be. They got some whoops when they back probably Tuesday morning. But the bloodline reigns supreme, and now we're going into night run of WrestleMania with the tag team match of Cody Rhodes with Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns and The Rock. And to determine the rules for night 2. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm going to do a video about my predictions before I head out to WrestleMania, because I know I'm going to be scrambling, doing all these type of things. I'm not going to have time to do nothing. But all in all, I think the show ended solid. It didn't end better than the week before. Maybe I'm just biased because I was there. I'm from Chicago. But it still ended in a pretty solid match, solid way for me. I don't have no complaints. I think that it hasn't been too many times I feel like the bloodline has looked dominant going into a PLE. It seems like there's been plenty of times where the contender has always gotten an upper hand. I feel like a week before or days before the go home event to the PLE. You know, so it's nice to see that. All right, this is the dominant faction in WWE, and let's see them be dominant and why they're dominant. And it was shown on Monday Night Raw, and I know that this is the story, and you gotta make it seem like this isn't a mountain that Cody Rhodes can climb for WrestleMania. We don't know how he's gonna do it. If he's able to do it, will he be the victor at the night 2? Will he finish his story? When you see things that happen on Monday Night Raw, it makes it hard to believe that the story would be completed night 2 of WrestleMania. But we still got time. We still got Smackdown. I don't know if I may get to Smackdown this week because, like I said, I just got so much to do, and it might just be pointless. I'll figure out something for Smackdown. I still gonna do my prediction show. I still gonna do my Slammies. But I just wanted to try to do something quick. Try to put on more content during the week for you guys, just so I can try to be current, like I said before. I'm ready to get ready to wrap this up. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. As always, man, I thank you guys for liking, subscribing, checking out my reels, commenting. Check out the Superkick store. I gotta do all this editing. That's the biggest thing. Most time consuming thing I feel like as a creator is like editing, because I do all my own editing, you know. So that's time consuming there. But hey, maybe one day I have a team, and shout out to my guy Jackson, who does help me on Spotify, who uploads my stuff to Spotify, because I'm on Spotify. They say I'm on IG, I'm on TikTok, YouTube, obviously. But yeah, man, thank you guys always. I look forward to bumping into people at WrestleMania. I'm gonna have on some Superkick. I ain't got my stuff next to me. I'm gonna have on some Superkick stuff, Superkick podcast stuff. If you see me out and about, say what's up, stop me. If you want to do a video, you want to do some content, you want to do a live or whatever, I'm all open for ideas and things like that. Just let me know. As always, adios, peace.